CosSlay podcast first live performance. No one can see me if you're listening to this, but I'm moving my hands around acting so excited because we're in front of an audience. So excited. So this is episode question mark because I'm not sure off the top of my head.
18 or 19.
18, but I am your co-host, Jedi Amanda.
And I'm Bubbles Galore.
And we have two very special guests sitting to the left of me
we do.
and the right of you. So to the left of me is our good friend April Gloria.
Hey guys.
Hey. To the right of Bubbles is our other great friend, Malicious Cosplay.
Hello.
Hello. And we're going to just kind of chat today about some fun little things that we thought of on the way up here, and we thought would be a really good fun time on the podcast to talk about. So, first off, I want to kind of introduce us, why we are cosplayers, why we do some things, and I got some fun trolley questions to ask you guys because I like to do that. So, I'm Jedi Amanda. I've been cosplaying for, what year is this? 2016. I've been doing it since 2012. You do the math. I've been sewing all kinds of fun stuff since 2008. So, yeah, those are my timeline. April, how long have you been doing your jam?
I've been doing it since spring 2013, so about 3 years.
Cool. Kim?
I've been officially cosplaying since 2010, but sewing and crafting much longer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm Bubbles Galore, and I think that I have been doing it since 2013. I think was my first Dragon Con, and then that was my first cosplay. But I've made costumes many times before, and I have a sculpture degree, so it kind of came naturally.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about how we met, because it's always cute how we all met. I met April through a funny instance because I actually got booted out of a room in C2E2 2013. Was that it? I think so. C2E2 2013. For some reason I was kicked out. They were like, nope. And I was like, okay, well I have a badge. I gotta get there somehow. And I was like, I don't have any place to stay. And so a friend of mine from a friend found me and I was like, hey, you wanna stay in our room with a whole bunch of strangers? And I was like, yeah. I guess. We're all girls here. I think it's going to be cool. And so I went and met April, and we've been BFFs ever since, right?
Yep.
Talk every day.
Pretty much.
Kim, you want to tell how you and Rebecca met, and then I can say how I met you two?
Yeah, me and Rebecca, we both went to art school together, but we met in a philosophy class.
Yeah,
we was our minor.
We spent 4 years in school together and didn't know each other until one of our very last classes.
It was a summer class.
Yeah.
We had to do
it was
for 4 hours a
philosophy.
day. It was painful. And then I think I just kept running into her around town, and then ran into you at Derby City Comic Con and started cosplaying.
And then at that Derby City Comic Con, that was my first event. That's also where I met Amanda.
Yep.
And then after that, I don't remember how we met, April.
When did you guys meet? Was it Dragon Con?
It might have been.
A-Con.
Yeah, it was
Some
a
kind of con.
convention.
I didn't go to A-Con.
No, not
like
A-Con,
A-Con,
like
like-
a convention.
Whoops.
A-Con is a con in Texas. A-Con is all the
I
cons.
meant like A-Con, like isn't it a convention?
There you go.
You all met at a
it-
convention.
It had to be at a convention.
Was it Colossal Con? No.
Yeah.
Was it Colossal
Yeah,
Con?
it was Colossal Con.
Oh,
yeah. That was it.
Our Disney swimsuit group.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So Colossal Con, if you guys don't know, is a convention at a water park in Sandusky, Ohio. It sounds so fun.
Yep.
It actually is a blast if you like, that kind of
Swimming.
water park aspect. But everybody really kind of mashes up costumes. They wear a lot of swimsuit designed costumes. So we do groups that are like Disney bathing suits or Marvel
Yeah.
bathing suits.
We also did that Disney pinup group. Were you in that group?
She was
No,
supposed
I
to
was
be.
really,
but
I was all grouped out. Like I had
okay.
a lot of
Okay.
lost her.
obligations.
So many
I had to
obligations.
drop like 2 things.
we missed you.
Said yes to 2
That was a
things.
fun group. We had like 13 of us.
Yeah.
Every
we
Disney
did.
character you could think of, we had an outfit, a pinup version of that outfit.
Yeah,
which
I
was hard.
Tinkerbell.
That was Vanellope.
I was Merida, and I just looked. Everyone asked me if I was the girl from Robin Hood. They're asking where a chastity belt was, and I was like, "What? No,
Out of
I'm
context.
Merida." It was really random, but the hair, how I pulled it back, it looked like that, but it's whatever. But that was a cool group.
That's where I met April, was at that Dragon Con.
Yeah.
Because I went with my brother, who he was with his friends. I didn't have any friends to hang out with, so you guys took me in. And let me hang
We
out.
took you in.
And it was a weird year.
You took our Metalocalypse pictures.
Yeah.
That went viral. That was fun.
That was the last year I went. I don't know if I'm gonna go back.
If we can have a slideshow to show you guys if you weren't at our panel yesterday. We did Metalocalypse characters, cross-played as
Like
them.
actual men.
They look like men. It was weird.
Some of our friends stuffed their jeans just to be that person. I was like, that's
I'm not going to say
great.
who they were.
We're not going to rule out, but
But
who
you
are
can tell.
no.
How did I meet you?
Anyways, you met me by inviting me to the Derby City Comic Con panel.
I met you at arcade.
No, yeah, that was fun. Yeah,
tested
arcade,
her.
yeah, Louisville Arcade Expo. I was Kitana from Mortal Kombat 3,
And I was Scorpion.
and you were Scorpion, and our friend Bree was Sub-Zero.
I was like, hey, we need to take a picture.
It was so random because I was like, are those people from the same game as me? Yes, they are.
Gender
Instant
bend.
friendship. Dun, 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 dun. It was beautiful. It was like angels singing. It was glorious.
And then we I ended up inviting you to do a podcast with me or not a podcast, I'm sorry, that's on my brain, a panel.
The panel.
At Derby City, and that's when you met Rebecca. And
We bonded
yeah.
over coffee at Heine Brothers off Bardstown Road. That's where I met you guys. It was cute. It was adorable. Let's talk about this convention, ReplayFX, which is where we are right now for those of you listening in audio land. We are at ReplayFX, and it is an arcade gaming festival. So I want to ask you guys your favorite game that you guys have played in there on the floor. Your all's faces right now are impressive. I'll go first. I learned that I'm really good at Centipede.
It's fun.
Centipede.
It
I
is
got to a
fun.
good level the other day. I was like, I'm good at
I
this
know
game.
mine. I know mine. It was Tetris. I sat there for like 25 minutes trying to get my name on the board.
Oh, man.
I was really close. But
Oh, that's
once
good.
you play for like half an hour and you still don't get on the board, you're just like, are you kidding?
I know, right?
I have invested time into this.
I was the same like when I was playing Galaga. I was like, I'm gonna get on the board until I was like 50,000 points, and I was like, I'm almost there because the person only has 222,000. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna get there.
I liked the DDR style.
Neon FM, the
Neon
beats.
FM.
No, the Street Fighter one.
Oh,
Where you play with your
yeah. You play with your feet. Have you guys
Yeah.
played that yet? Yes and no, but you should.
Yeah, one person controls like moving back and forth, and the other person controls the fighting moves.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to
play fighting
coordinate.
with your feet.
It's really fun to watch people try to do it and
hard.
coordinate. It's so much
And try to do
coordination, but you just
combos, yeah.
there's a lot of combos. It's fun. It looks cool. Kim, what about your
My
favorite?
Game, the name is just slipping me. It's the Japanese game. It's all the
Oh,
mini
yeah.
games. It's like WarioWare. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? It has the hand things. No.
Lots of
Okay.
I don't know
hand
the name
things.
of it.
Yeah.
Something bash.
Oh.
You told us
my
about
mind.
one
yeah.
about a bride running away
Yeah,
from pie.
it's weird. It's like a bunch of little WarioWare mini games. It's all in Japanese, so you don't know what's going on. But there's like this one little mini game where you're a bride holding a pie, and your room is like holding your dress up while you run, and you hit the buttons to make it run, and then you
That
try to
just
get her
sounds
to
fun.
a mark so she can throw the pie in the crowd of her wedding guest.
That's really hilarious.
It's so random.
I
It's
feel like the
so
more
random
absurd the
things.
game goes, the more I'm intrigued. Like if I'm a bride chucking cake at people, like
And
I
that's
want
just
to
one
play
of
that.
like the 20 games that we played on there. We played to about level 20, and they were
Yeah.
all different games.
Yeah, Alex and I, we played this carnival shoot 'em up zombie game that was kind of weirdly terrifying, but yet really cool. But my arm was sore. Like I had to like shake my arm out after every reload because I was like having my arm spasms. I was like, I'm not used to this gaming anymore. How do these people do this?
There was one in there
Didn't
where
work
you
out.
had like the little plastic balls and you throw it
Yeah.
at the touch screen
saw
and
that.
it's kind of like a shooter game except you have to throw things at it. After that, I was exhausted.
Did you
Really, I need a workout plan to game.
I know.
Is that odd
Did
and
you all
weird?
see the arcade Olympic or the pinball Olympics yesterday?
No.
They had like they had a stool where you could like stand above the pinball machine, and they had like the
paddles.
the things. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh wait, are those the ones that are on top of the pinball machine? They're different
Yeah.
viewpoints.
Yeah,
that was
and then
weird.
there was another one where they put like these like little fuzzy, kind of like the balls that you put in like bean bags. They put them inside of the machine so you couldn't see as well. And they had, like,
Yeah. So let's
It was like,
impair your
wow.
vision
Pinball
and then try
Olympics.
to win the Olympics.
Yeah.
Go for
it. It was a bunch of really random like spins on pinball games, different ways to play them. From what
That's
I
how
understood.
talented these people
It was
are with
explained to me,
pinball.
and I went by and saw it, but I didn't play it. So
You have to minimize your vision for you to win at this game.
And what we didn't mention is this convention holds the Papa Pinball Tournament, which is a huge deal, like $100,000 in prizes.
And I don't know why I'm not playing pinball on a daily basis.
There's the Kong Off tournament where people were sitting there for like 4 or 5 hours.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh, making costumes.
There's
That's
huge
what I'm doing.
prizes. So it was really cool con, a lot of competition, a lot of hardcore gamers.
Yeah. It's cool to watch these guys play pinball and get so into it.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I
I never
suck
would
at
have
it.
guessed getting into this ever. But man, they're at it. And I'm like, you go, dude. You go, dude. Okay, so I got some kind of fun questions to ask you guys because I thought about these this morning in the shower. I want to know your favorite cereal from the 90s and in your opinion, the ugliest Pokemon ever created. Aesthetic-wise, not powers, aesthetic-wise.
Okay, I got the one.
Does anybody have yours yet?
I've got the ugliest Pokemon.
Okay. Go for it. What's your ugliest Pokemon?
Executor?
I knew exactly you were going to take that was mine.
What is that? It's like a coconut pineapple tree thing that comes from eggs.
Eggs.
Like, no.
I hate
I
that.
I don't know.
We were talking about they should just hatch into a bunch of chickens. Like,
Yeah, it's so weird.
it's so dumb.
weird.
Executor, what's your favorite cereal, Kim?
Oh, from the 90s, I had so many.
Thinking your sugary past.
Yeah, sugary fast. Oh, the little cookie crunches.
Ooh, Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Crisp.
Yeah.
Those
Cookie
were
Crisp.
awesome.
Oh, wait, was that person? No, that was the Tricks guy. Whoops.
Yeah.
right.
I don't think they make those anymore either.
I don't think so either because the sugar level in those is so high that I think it would give you a cavity by just buying the box.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Well, that's probably what my parents thought because when I was younger, the sugariest cereal we got was Cheerios with sugar and
You were
cinnamon
wrong.
on
Oh,
top.
I'm so sorry for your childhood.
However, it did not get a cavity until I was like
Cocoa
23.
Puffs,
So take that, parents. So, yeah.
So I don't know, but sometimes, like one time, my dad brought home like this Lion King themed cereal.
Okay.
And Lion King is my favorite Disney movie, so I was freaking out, and it was basically Cocoa Puffs with little
good.
marshmallow bugs in it. It was
Ew.
called Mud and Bugs. That was great. It was like, let's throw a party.
Do you
So
guys
we
remember the
actually get to share
dinosaur
cereal.
egg candy you could eat? It was like dino eggs. And They
Maybe.
looked weird, and you bit into them. They were different colors.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Weird candy.
What about you, Rebecca? Oh, no, what's your ugliest Pokemon, April?
You know, I really think Primeape.
Primeape is really weird
Is not
looking.
cute.
He's just,
big nose.
his hands are in
I
his,
don't like the pig nose.
it's just a, I don't know, it's awkward. Okay, I
Yeah.
agree with that one. What about you, Rebecca?
I think the ugliest Pokemon is Machop.
Mature.
Oh,
Maybe because it looks like he's scaled. I don't know.
It also reminds me of Voldemort because he doesn't have a nose.
yeah. He's got like saw blades on the top of his head.
It does.
And it also, he's too humanoid
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
weird. Like when you feel weird throwing him out of a ball to fight somebody, it looks like a person.
Here, you're gonna
Yeah.
play a boxer now.
Go kill that little cute Squirtle turtle over there. This big boxer. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's weird. And my favorite was Lucky Charms, but I was OCD as a kid, and I would separate all of the different
Like I think everybody did that.
X's and O's.
I never
But it was
did.
like obsessive. Like I had to have a cup
Whoa.
for every single different
No, I didn't do
kind.
that, but I
and then I
separated my
went
stuff.
in the Roy G. Biv color wheel to
Okay,
eat
so your
them.
I
Saturday
didn't do
mornings
that.
were longer than mine.
Yeah,
'cause I just
so-
pour and go.
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to have that, and it was just cornflakes after.
Bless
my
your
mom
heart.
was just like, okay,
Man,
this
these
is
childhoods are
excessive.
sad. I
Your,
did
your
not
cereal
need to
gets
get that.
soggy by the end of all that.
Yeah.
too.
All right, let's see. My favorite cereal growing up was Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the taste you can see, because I love tastes that you can see. And then probably my ugliest Pokemon is a tie between two. It's a tie between Magmar, because there's a giant pair of boobs on his head. Like, I just think he
look
looks
like
like
tails.
a chicken. I don't know. In Pokemon Snap, he was always so stupid because he was always fighting the Charmeleons. He was like, I'm like, stand still, you weird thing. And I think Jinx is really ugly.
Mr. Mime is really ugly. to me.
AKA Nicki Minaj. I love how people compare her to him. It's just the blacked out face and the ooh, and it's weird.
It is
so
weird.
yeah, those are mine. Let's start talking about a topic and stop like babbling about fun things, right? Let's talk about being comfortable in cosplay, mainly because I am in one cosplay right now that I am not comfortable in. I am being choked and I am sweating like crazy. So, talk about what you guys are wearing and your comfortability level. I'm just curious. So, Rebecca, start. What are you wearing right now?
I am trolling today, and I'm wearing a Playboy bunny version of Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy.
It's cute.
And a lot of people don't really get the reference, but that's okay because I get it and Twitter gets it, and Twitter thinks I'm funny.
She's cute. She has little pizza buttons on her cufflinks.
Yeah, I made pizza cufflinks.
They're pretty adorable.
They're so cute.
Freddy
so
Fazbear's
excited.
is a pizza joint, so.
But it's like 4 layers of dance tights and in a bunny suit.
So how comfortable.
Well, if I use my regular skin color, then it looks too close to my skin color, so I had to layer the black and the taupe-ish, so it looks like a kind of brown.
I'm going to be really weird, but is Freddy a bear?
Yes.
Okay, Freddy is a bear. All right. So
Yes.
that's since
Freddy
the
Fazbear.
freckles on your nose
You
there.
got it, and the bear tail.
Oh, I haven't
Yeah.
even seen your bear tail. That's adorable.
You're not checking out my butt?
No.
What's going on?
I'm checking out
totally
the
just
top
grabbed
hat.
it.
What's wrong with you,
I
Amanda?
know, I love the little top
I know,
hat.
right? The top hat's probably my favorite. That and the pizza,
really
also because I'm
cute.
hungry.
I love the pizza.
Yeah, but comfort level is like better than Linkle because that was a whole lot of fabric. I had like a cape shawl thing. So I feel cooler, but I'm also really restricted in the legs.
It looks tight. It looks like it's tight on you.
So would
Yeah.
you rather wear a cosplay that is free-flowing dress, kind of lots of layers of fabric, or something that is like skin tight to where you can't walk?
Neither.
Yeah.
Just be naked. That's fine.
Yeah.
I like it. Kim, what about you? What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a pretty comfortable costume today. I'm wearing Luca from Chrono Trigger, 90s RPG, the best game of all time. Thank you.
Has anybody played that in the audience
Anybody
right
play
now?
Chrono Trigger?
One. Awesome. Two. Like it.
Good girls.
Even better.
Those are my girls out there. Yeah, both ladies. Yeah, she's really comfortable. She's just a pair of flat boots, a pair of black like biker shorts, like little cyclist shorts, and then I've got like a little orange shawl thing that folds over, vest, and a scarf, a long sleeve shirt. The only uncomfortable part is her hat. It's a little bulky, and I have to wear her big glasses, so when I put it on with my wig, it kind of squeezes in my head a little bit, my ear gets a little sore. But I'll just take off the hat for, 10 minutes here and there, and it's good. So I'm a good, comfortable Sunday costume, and it's one of my favorite games, so 2 birds, 1 stone.
So if you would rank your comfort level right now from 0 being like I'm just sleeping practically to 10 being in like the most restrictive
fire,
bunny
yeah.
suit you've ever been in, what level would you say?
I would say probably 2, just because the wig cap and the wig and the hat.
Yeah. It
When
looks comfy,
When your
like,
head is uncomfortable, it causes some problems. But everything
Yeah.
else, I like my whole like below my neck is great. Like shoes are great, body's great.
Lucky. Okay,
I think
April.
that anytime that you put on fake eyelashes,
yeah,
I'm
eyelashes.
already at like an uncomfort level of 6.
Oh man! For those of you who've never worn fake eyelashes, it's like having 2 pill bugs on your face.
Yes.
Constantly, all day, just
Pill
blinking
bugs.
with those. If you guys haven't seen the Jenna Marbles 100 layers of makeup yet, she
It's
actually
really
puts
funny.
100 layers of eyelashes on her face, 50 on each lid, and it looks like furry
Little bugs.
bugs on her. It's hilarious. You should watch it. Anyways, April, tell us about what you're wearing right now.
I'm wearing Android 18 from Dragon Ball Z, the skirt, vest, and
Skirt
striped
vest combo.
shirt combo, and I don't know, it's pretty comfortable. The only thing, it's like a sweet 90s denim skirt.
It is a sweet 90s
and
denim
vest,
skirt.
and leggings and flat boots.
Lucky.
The only thing that's uncomfortable is the wig. Like wigs are automatically
Yep.
like they add discomfort.
They make our
immediately.
hair look great.
Well, your wig cap is squeezing your brains out.
And that too.
Yeah.
I might be losing how to math. I don't
Yep.
know.
Right.
It's gone.
But I'm not wearing contacts. Contacts are another thing that I just
yeah.
I worry about contacts. And whenever I'm wearing them, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I need to go moisturize.
Get up
Like,
here.
Are my eyes dry? Are they still in? Are they in the back of my head? It's
Yeah.
weird. I've worn contacts my entire life practically, and I'm so used to contact wearing. So when people freak out about it, I'm like, it's fine. It's not going anywhere. They're like, it's in the
Yeah.
back of my eyeball. And I'm like,
I'm
no,
just-
no. It's not going to go back there. I
I'm
promise.
just worried it's going to peel off my cornea when I take it
Yeah,
out.
me too. That's what I'm
gonna
worried
get
about. Like,
stuck.
am
Yes.
I going to be able to take it off?
Cornea
Well,
free.
we've
I don't
heard some
know.
horror stories online with friends of ours and friends of friends that have actually needed eye surgery or emergency services because one of my good friends ordered a pair of of contacts that the diameter was smaller than the one she needed, and it actually ended up cutting her eye. And so she almost lost sight in her eyes because she ordered the wrong size.
Yeah.
So FYI, if you order contacts, please be careful.
Yeah.
I personally say don't do it, but that's just me.
Well, I mean, there are also some things like the guy that was wearing scleras and he had them sitting out to put in, and then his girlfriend went in and did all of her hair and makeup, got hairspray in the contacts.
We got it on the contact solution bottle.
Yeah.
So he
Everywhere.
held the bottle and
Yeah. It
Everywhere.
was just like,
so he got hairspray in his eye.
He had hairspray in his eye, and I think what the end point was is that didn't he like try to rip him out really
Yeah, the
quick and ripped out his eyeball?
The contact didn't
Not
hurt
his
his
eyeball.
eye.
I mean,
What happened is when he put it in, it was burning, so he went to grab it out really quick, and he pinched his cornea with his fingernails.
Ooh.
So the actual contact didn't hurt him; it was the ripping it out too fast. that
Yeah.
did, from what I've read.
So stay calm if you have
Stay
a contact.
calm.
Stay calm. Don't
panic.
pinch too hard. Just deal with it for a second. Take it out
panic.
nice and easy, and
Or have somebody else take it out. I put my contact in upside down one time.
Yeah.
remember
I
when
was there for
Oh my
that.
gosh.
Yeah, wasn't that
what's going
last
on? It
year?
like disappeared into my eye.
last year at Replay, you had a
So,
contact incident.
Amanda had to like hold my eyelid open.
I had to calm her
and
down, pet her head,
and
and like it's
pick
gonna
the
be okay.
contact out of my like behind my eye. It was really
Yeah, your
weird.
eyes are just sensitive, so anything that's irritating, we're going to freak out automatically. It's a very big adrenaline rush because your eyes are very fragile.
Yeah, it's scary because losing my vision is probably my worst fear in life.
How about your comfort level, Amanda?
Okay, I'm in jean gray right now, Jim Lee jean gray, and I'm in a bodysuit from head to toe. I'm in one big sock practically. I'm wearing a wonderful wig from Wiggis Fashion, but it is constricting my brain because I have a headpiece around it too. And then this outfit, I'm wearing a slimmer and a push-up bra and shoes that are inside my outfit, and I can't take them off, and they're massive wedges. You know what? I look fantastic, and that's what matters. But I feel like poo inside. But my comfort level right now is sitting at a -4. No, I'd say about an 8 because I'm also really hot and it's sweating, and this
we're
fabric
hungry.
that I use does not breathe. And so it's just like sitting in a sack. Weirdly to say that.
Yeah.
Like
But
sweaty sack.
I look fantastic, and that's what matters. So I will always wear this, but about 2 hours is maximum for this outfit because I do overheat, and I can tell when I overheat because I get really bitchy.
You've been a little quiet today.
I've been quiet because I've been uncomfortable, but I'm okay because I know I'm going to get food after. So that's good. But anyways, being comfortable in cosplay is very important because if you're not, it's going to be a bad day. And like on average, how many hours is a convention day? What would you guys think? Like
Just depends, I think.
I'd say 6 to 8.
6 to 8. So what time? Like
mine are much longer.
Yeah, I mean,
I usually work, so I have to get up before the floor even opens to put on a costume, and then I have to stay the entirety of the floor, and then finish up, tear down, whatever, and then go back to the hotel. So usually mine are like 12 to 14 hours.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll go back. I usually about 6 to 8 hours in costume, then I'll go back and change, go out and have fun,
Well,
like eat and play games and stuff.
When
at
you're
night.
when you're working a booth, I mean like working for a company.
Right.
Which I never
And-
do that much.
Yeah. So it's like I've worked for Crit Success. They make dice spinner rings. And I mean, we're there the entire con day. And then if I do a panel or something, then I won't have enough time because it's right after work. So it's just like a very, very long day. But going back to comfort, like you can also time it during time of year. Like if it's a really hot costume, wear it in the winter. If it's something like Hamusifer,
Yeah, like that's when like when we go to KatsuCon, like I'll change a couple costumes throughout the day, probably from like maybe like 10 a.m. to 6 to 7 p.m. You know, that's about 8 hours. Yeah. So that's usually like if I'm not going to a con like this where I'm working a booth or something, but if I'm just like doing purely cosplay, and it depends on if there's a contest as well.
it does kind of
So, yeah.
depend.
it depends weather, contest, hours of the day. It's all crazy. But do you guys have some tips on how to make your day more comfortable in cosplay? What do you guys? Each one of you give a tip.
Yeah. Who wants to go first?
I say drink water
Yeah, that's
because
a good one.
the more you're hydrated, the better you feel, and that's the better you feel in the costume. Obviously, it's
I-
going to show too.
I don't carry a lot of stuff that I don't need. Like that book that I've carried around in my backpack for 3 months. Like I take that out whenever I'm
Yeah.
at a convention.
Yeah. Okay.
I would say if you're gonna go to a con, really plan ahead and get a host hotel or a hotel near the con so you can go back and take a nap or sit down or have a snack. If that's not possible, then I don't know, be prepared maybe to take a break at your car or bring a little bag with something in it. But I try to get the host hotel if I know I'm going to be at a con cosplaying because it makes life so much easier.
The extra, if you have to pay more money because it's right next to the convention center,
It's
it
usually
really is worth
worth
it.
it. Yeah.
It's so worth it if you're in costume because it doesn't matter what you're wearing. You might be uncomfortable or you might be like mentally uncomfortable, not even physically. You need to go take a break.
And a lot of times we go and change costumes to do photo shoots throughout the day.
That's
so
true.
cosplayers are always going back and forth. Like if I'm in
And
Muggle,
trying to find us is always really
if I'm
hard.
in Muggle clothing,
trying to find each other is hard.
Yeah, if I'm not wearing a costume, I'll just stay at the con and I'm fine. But as a cosplayer, I really need a host hotel because I'm going to change and do photo shoots and be having big props and wings and just easier to
Gosh,
get a host hotel.
I would say definitely get insoles for your shoes.
Yeah.
Or another thing you can do is I've done this too is I bring those drawstring bags in like similar colors to my costume, and I'll put even like an extra pair of flats or something in my bag. So if I really if I still want to wear the costume, but my feet are killing me, I'll just kind of switch shoes.
Yeah, that's a really smart. I wish I could do that right now, but I'd just be walking around in a giant sock.
Yeah.
But
And then you can put your water bottle in there too.
There you go. Yeah, those drawstring bags are really, and they hide nicely. And the back of you is the back of you. If you guys have a full outfit, it's hard. But most of the time, I don't really care what's behind my head.
Right. If I'm walking around, and if the straps show for haul shots, it's not really a big deal.
Right. Right.
If you're in a photo shoot, you'll take it off.
Yeah.
What is the most uncomfortable cosplay you guys have to wear? Like you wear it
know
and then
yours,
like
Kim.
Gosh, I have
you have like an hour in
yeah.
it or less.
Can I name like 3?
Yes,
say
Kim, you can name 3.
Because they all have different reasons.
Yeah.
Well, I have a female version of Mysterio. So I wear a big bulb on my head.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And I cannot see out of it.
can't see.
It's legit to the comic. It's white. So I painted the inside of this bulb white. It's like a big light bulb, so I can't see. I need somebody to guide me and walk. There's a few little air holes, but it's no airflow in there, so I'm suffocating. So loss of sight.
Loss of sight, loss of breath. She might pass out. Just catch her if she falls.
I have my No Flutter Cinderella, which is
that was what I was thinking.
It's like 3 wigs in one and a wig head. I mean, this wig's a couple pounds, which may not sound like a lot, but when that's on your head and you're not used to that, it's pulling all day.
You guys can think of Marie Antoinette.
Yeah,
you
it's
know
very
how
Marie
high her
Antoinette's.
hair was. That's basically what Kim has on her head.
And she also has a wooden hoop skirt that comes out like to here on me, so I can't sit in chairs. I have to either sit on the floor or stand.
That is a tough one.
And she has like the corset thing. It's just all tight and constricting. It's a competition piece purely.
Yeah.
And then as far as just like an everyday costume where I can see and it's not competition is my Warrior Vanellope because I have armor bungee corded to me everywhere, so that's just putting pressure on everything and it's just squeezing me all day.
Yeah.
So armor.
They're great. We love cosplay. Do cosplay. Cosplay's awesome.
All my cosplays are
Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're just excited about this. What's your most uncomfortable costume, Rebecca, that you've worn?
I think the dead mouse that I did a dead mouse Pikachu. That one was pretty uncomfortable for the same reason as your loss of sight one. It's just like whenever you put something like a giant ball on your head.
Yeah.
You know.
So you feel what like Darth Vader feels like. Or
Anything
Kylo
on your
Ren's.
head makes
Anything
a
on your
difference.
head is rough. Can you see out of the dead mouse hat? Like, do you have vision? Okay. Yeah, it's harder
just
for.
still hard because I have like big ears that come out of the sides.
No peripheral.
And I'm short, so it's like at everybody's shoulder level. It's not like
Did
a
you
normal
hit a
human
lot of people
being.
just walking through? And
Absolutely.
You're like, sorry.
And it had a Pikachu tail. It's all made of foam. And if
yeah.
I turn around and hit someone, like,
That's true.
sorry, you can't see.
Sorry. What about you, April?
Probably the Mule the Lioness from Skyrim. It's armored and it has fur, and I don't know, like in the summer, like I can't wear that in the summer.
Yeah.
Like I refuse. Like, oh, it's so bad.
Is it because of the armor just falls off or doesn't stay on, or you just have a hard time moving?
Part of it, well, the legs are kind of stiff. Like I wear like wedge heels because my legs are short, so I kind of want to be proportional. So I have these wedge heels, and then the shin pieces, I don't know, like I can't bend my feet
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
well,
causes
and I can't
problems.
walk
That
very
is
well because
hard.
there's, like little,
Don't you love walking in armor?
yeah,
So like
fun.
a duck or a penguin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't know, even the Ayla the Huntress, like it's not very much clothing, but I don't know, like all the fur wrapped around my like arms and legs and stuff. It's just
It takes a while to get in it and like get functioned and get comfortable walking around in it, because then you're just kind of walking like you just got
and then
stuff
like you
stuck
gotta
up
worry
your
about
butt.
people like bumping into the shoulder pieces and things like that.
Right. That's a good. I would say my most uncomfortable one is Ahsoka Tano, because the headpiece that I created for her is a beautiful sculpture on itself. I love I love being Ahsoka because I have so much love for that character. But it's like halfway through the day, I'm like, man, I am uncomfortable, but I am still smiling. It's
Like having
fantastic.
pillows on the side of your head.
Yeah, and she's yelling because she can't hear anything.
I can't hear anybody, so it's weird because I have to lift up like a mantra,
Whenever
and they're
you
like,
take a
what?
sense away, it's like sight or hearing. It causes
Yeah, and I also have body paint with
Oh,
that.
yeah, body paint.
And that's just a fun hassle on itself. And then my shin guards, I didn't make them tall enough, and so I put them up over my calf, and it kind of restricts my knee when I bend, and so I'm just walking and hobbling, and I'm like, this is not as graceful as Ahsoka Tano. She's like a Jedi, and everyone's like, can you strike like a really cool pose, like get on the ground? I'm like, I can't.
Nah.
Well, I'm not getting back up.
That's how I was with Sheik yesterday. I had the leg armor, and I'm like, I can't bend over.
I can't, but it was funny. One of you guys dropped something. Like
It was me. It was me.
Yeah.
April was wearing Siri. And
that's another one.
That's another one that's uncomfortable.
Pants are too tight. They were fine, but then I used leather paint on them, and the paint didn't crack or anything, but it just
looks
made
great.
the pants like not as stretchy.
Yeah.
Compromise the stretch
I
of the
cannot
fabric.
bend over.
It was cool to watch you both try to go for this, and you're like, I can't bend down.
And I was in Lincoln, and it has like shorts under a skirt. And I was just like, I can do all of
jumping
the
and running.
aerobics.
I can do this. That's awesome. Yeah, so being comfortable is definitely advisable for cosplay. So let's move on to my next
It's not
topic.
realistic.
It's not
'Cause
realistic.
characters aren't realistic.
No.
Gravity and
Really?
reality doesn't exist.
And one time a couple times I did Megara from Hercules. You know, I've seen how tiny her waist is, and trying to get that proportion is so not fun. Ugh. Anyways, courses are hard. So let's move on to our next topic that I have talked about. It's social media. If any of you were at our panel yesterday, we did touch on a lot of the same things, but we just kind of want to talk about it because we had a lot of fun talking about it. Let's just talk about like our favorite social medias, what you guys feel like you give the most effort into, and why. So whichever one of you guys can start first on that one.
Okay.
Rebecca.
I like Instagram just because it seems like I have the most reach, and the hashtag system actually works.
It does.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it does.
it also has like photo editor on there, and it's something very simple. It isn't something that, well, sometimes now it has video, but it's not like Facebook whenever you scroll through your news feed and then you stop on a video and the video plays as loud as your computer can play.
I've done that
I
several
hate
times.
that.
Or you accidentally tap on it and it's like, I'm like, oh God, I'm sorry, it's an advertisement.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So loud. Kim, what's your favorite?
Well, Facebook used to be my favorite, but you know how that's all going downhill now. You got to pay for everything, and reach is done, and the layout's been changed. But it used to be good, but
Used to be nice. I
But
feel
yeah, if you got started on the Facebook game early, like you could get a lot of followers. I think that's how a lot of big cosplayers they started early. To where if you started after like 2010, you're just not going to get as much stuff. But yeah, I like Instagram a lot for the same reason Rebecca said. You have people actually see your stuff. You can edit photos, which is really cool, and it's all just photos, which is nice, so people can just see stuff. There's not a lot of text in the way.
Yeah.
And
There is a new algorithm with Instagram that they do actually adhere. This is the first algorithm that has hit Instagram. They do adhere it to what you like.
I know they've changed it.
They've changed it. So a lot of
It's still doing pretty well for me.
like us, we follow a bazillion cosplayers and we love
I do
everybody,
too.
but I also have family members that I want to see stuff and I never see their stuff because I don't actively like, pictures of babies, which is fine, but like that just sucks. I want to see it on my newsfeed, but you got to take what you can get.
Yeah, Instagram's my favorite too for the same reasons.
Yeah.
Instagram for the win.
Yeah, I just love photos and I like the editing, and I have like probably the most receptive crowd on Instagram. Like I've had the least amount, Twitter, but I don't really put an effort into Twitter. But I get a lot less trolls on Instagram.
So you have your
Versus
audience is
Facebook.
nicer and more receptive to what you're doing
and
on it.
I can post more personal photos. Like I kind of use my Instagram as like my personal Instagram. Like I just post whatever I want. Like I post like landscapes or animal
Yeah, me
pictures.
too.
Yeah.
All that stuff. But Facebook, I just do like strictly progress photos and photo shoot stuff.
Photo shoot stuff.
One thing about Instagram with the editing is they make you crop your photos. They've gotten a little bit better,
Yeah.
but still you have to crop them a bit, which I don't like.
Yeah, I mean there are filters where you can like square ready, where you can
Yeah,
drop your stuff in, but it also like
I
shrinks.
just turn it and screenshot it. Like I turn my phone, like go to the photos.
You showed me this before.
Yeah, you just
That's
screenshot
really
it,
You
then you can
take
get
the
it all
portrait
in.
lock off, turn screenshot. That's a really cool, handy little tip, y'all. I like to say my favorite social media is actually Twitter, mainly because I love to chat about random stuff all the time, and just being able to just talk and talk and talk on Twitter is exciting. I also feel that Twitter is easier to reach Senpai or other production companies or creators of your whatever you're doing, because if you tag them, they will see it. Someone will see it, unless it's a defunct Twitter account. It's exciting to get retweeted by people that have made. I've been retweeted by Ashley Eckstein for my Ahsoka, like her universe has retweeted me.
Yang.
Yeah, Barbara Dunkelman, my lady crush, has retweeted me as a Yang. I got an awesome thumbs up from Carrie Fisher on Princess Leia, and I was like, well, you guys can say whatever you want. I have a thumbs up from Princess Leia, so I don't care what you think. But it's that feels really good to me, and I really love Twitter for that. So I put a lot of effort into Twitter and Instagram too, but Facebook is where my numbers are, unfortunately.
Yeah, it used to be good, but it's gotten worse.
It's gotten worse because they really want those advertisements. They really want you to pay for them.
So no free advertising.
No free
We
advertising.
make no money. Well, I mean, I don't really make much money off of showing people stuff on Facebook, so I'm not really making any money off of it. I'm not going to give them money.
What is your all's opinion on the importance of YouTube as a cosplayer standpoint? Do you all feel it's important for a lot of cosplayers to be on YouTube and to have tutorials and to vlog like what we do? Because a lot of people are questioning, like, should I always vlog? Should I vlog? Should I not vlog? What do you think on that? Vlog yes, vlog no.
I don't think cosplayers necessarily need a YouTube to get to make themselves better or bigger. I think it's just another cool little outlet. It's another, art form. Video is a whole other thing other than photography. If you've got a shining personality to go with your costumes, do it. And if you want to show the world how to make things, it's great for that. It totally depends on the person. If you want to, that's awesome. If you don't, whatever. I'm trying it. I kind of like the cool video aspect, but I'm not really
I like
great
to
at
be
it,
a little creative with vlogging and videos. I think it's really fun. And especially to meet other. Oh my gosh, it's work.
I have my camera. Ariel has my camera right now.
I mean, there's reasons we have our cameras out, guys, because this is our life. What about you guys? How do you feel on YouTube?
I think that it's cool, but also it's something that I don't have a lot of time to do, or if I do have the time, it's like I could actually be making something else.
So, in your preferred, would you rather do Twitch?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I would hands down rather do Twitch and show people what I'm making live and have them interact in that exact moment than editing a video and putting it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Even though I love YouTube, if I had someone that edited video, cool.
Yeah, editing takes a
that'd
long
be
time.
fun.
Yeah. Twitch is such a new little thing. What about you, April? What do you think?
I'm kind of a mix between I know I don't really have the shining, bubbling personality to do vlogs.
Not gonna lie, it is fun to watch somebody
feel
that's like,
wow,
I'm
you look
excited to teach you a thing, instead of here's what I
Just
do.
be like, hey guys, man, what's up? I don't know. That's just how I am.
That's fun.
And but I could probably do tutorials, like makeup tutorials or costume.
Girl, if you
things
did
like
makeup
that.
tutorials, Urban Decay would be knocking on your door. Can you tell us?
'Cause I really want all those Vice lipsticks. So,
Yeah.
right.
Oh, such great
Get on
things.
that. Get
But
on that.
I would also like to try the Twitch thing, it would be interesting to actually make something and have people ask you questions about it while
Yeah.
you're making it.
That is cool.
But then it comes to the personality. Could I hold a conversation?
Could I hold a conversation? Am I boring?
With
you
text?
you start thinking about, am I boring? Can I do this? I don't know.
That's why I love YouTube. Is it's somewhere for creators. It's not not big companies, or you don't have the money behind you. You can have a camera in your basement and you could show the world awesome stuff. And
you can
it's just
edit
great
it
for
to
artists.
make yourself look
There
interesting.
you go. You can take out those.
You can edit the awkwardness out.
I have
Twitch, you
edited so
cannot.
much awkwardness out of my videos.
too.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I say a lot. Nope, like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I've made 2 videos and I've had to I don't know, I'll start talking and I'll just be I'll say something wrong 3
It's
times
hard.
in a row.
Diving into YouTube is a tough world, but I personally love YouTube over Twitch because I like the aspect of being able to create something and work on it in a video aspect. I also don't have the setup for Twitch. I just don't have a good area to do all the things, nor do I have a webcam, and so that's just extra funds that I don't like doing. And I get sidetracked with people in the side chat, and I actually forget what I'm doing, and I'm just like,
And then
why
you'll
didn't I
just get up and
YouTube this? Yeah. Yeah.
I have to go to the bathroom. Just hang on,
Yeah.
guys.
See you later.
And then you have nobody left in the chat.
And then
oh.
and then you go and get a snack, and like 10 minutes later, you're like, oh, I was doing something.
They're watching my vlog right now.
I forgot. We have some friends that do Twitch gaming. That is a whole different world. But the creative side of Twitch is really interesting if you ever want to get a chance to watch somebody make a thing.
We do
really
have friends
picking
that do creative Twitch too.
Yeah.
That's true.
Lady Devon and Casey Renee.
Yeah. Yeah. They all,
Danica Rockwood was
Danica
doing
Rockwood, our
some
friend.
creative stuff recently too.
so a lot of cosplayers that actually do creative streams too. So check those out. All the things. And the last question before we get to you want to dive into like some troll stories before we go to Q&A?
Oh.
Everybody loves troll stories.
You guys want to hear some horror stories?
Think
Okay.
about terrible people for a second.
Because it's fun to talk about this stuff. Does anybody have a good troll story they want to start? Or
Online or in person?
It doesn't matter. Give us a horror story that you guys, because we have our episode 4 is called Horror Stories. And so if you are familiar with
horror
our
stories.
podcast, and obviously you're listening to it right now, this is a weird format, you've heard some of the things that we'll talk about, but we'll probably retell them for you guys, the audience. So give us a horror story that you guys have had about cosplay or a convention. Kim, go for
On
it.
Facebook, I had some guy that wasn't quite right in the head, I don't think. And he like was freaking out over a costume I made. And he's like, "Oh, you need to make another one." And I was like, "No, I really don't. I don't have time." And he got really angry at me, and he like started threatening me. And then I blocked him. Then he followed me to DeviantArt, and he followed me to Instagram. So I had to close down accounts and block, and it was really creepy. So
that's a really horrific story to have someone like
right there.
I mean, he lived like across the country and whatever, but still, it's like, you don't want people threatening you.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was legit. He was threatening me with like angry Goku pictures. What? And like saying stuff like, "I'll find you and I'll show you." And I'm like, okay.
Oh no, that's when you get the
man,
police
watch
involved,
out.
ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, I blocked him, and then I finally,
Finally
I
stopped.
chilled him out on DeviantArt and then blocked him.
Okay.
I chilled him out, so
Good.
Talk down the trolls.
Talk down the
Like
trolls.
I said, you get some weird people. They think that just because they like your page, they have the right to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
They feel like you owe them. Oh, well, I liked you and
do.
commented, so you owe me. No, you really don't, honey. That like and comment doesn't pay my mortgage. So no, you
it doesn't.
don't.
Yeah.
You can't tell me what to do.
Pretty much. You're not paying my bills. So bye. Later.
What about you, April? You have any troll stories? Horror stories?
So many.
I know you do.
My Facebook, it's just, I don't know, it's like a magnet.
It is a magnet, but I mean,
People.
for some reason, video gamers who like cosplayers are really mean, and I don't
they're-
understand why.
Well, it's the same way with when you play on live. Like when you're gaming live, you get a lot of trolls, and that's like a
Yeah.
pretty common thing in gaming now. So maybe they take it over to Facebook.
I don't know why they feel like they're just going to call you out, but they want to. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I would get like on the Skyrim cosplays, they would try to point out like inaccuracies. And my favorite thing to do was to show a screenshot to prove them wrong.
Love that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. You always will. That's not quite
Yeah.
right. And I'll get on there and comment for you sometimes.
Yeah.
Like
I
actually,
welcome
that's
any friends to go and troll my trolls. Like that's really fun.
Yep.
It's kind of fun because we all talk almost daily. And if there's a comment or something, we'll screenshot it.
we
and
talk
we'll
to
just
each other. Cosplayers talk to each other, and we know
All the
you
time.
people out there that are on all of our pages.
Yeah,
saying
and we'll send it the cosplay army. We'll come find
Yeah,
you.
we'll
take you
screen
down.
cap it and then tweet it.
Yeah, that's always
really
fun. Let's
viral.
embarrass you.
like a certain convention not too long ago that was bad mouthing
yeah.
cosplayers and blew up.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Santa Fe Comic Con controversy. Did anybody see that online? No, because you're probably not in the thing.
That's
Well,
fine.
That's fine, but it was actually
a
really,
mess.
really interesting because coming from a business standpoint, this Comic-Con, it was Santa Fe from New Mexico, obviously, but for some reason, I guess the guy was having a bad day, something, but he basically
Not
posted
sure.
on his Facebook, so publicly, I'm sorry, on the
Santa
Santa
Fe
Fe
pages.
Facebook that had, I don't know, maybe tens of thousands of likes and followers or something like that, basically voicing his disdain to cosplayers reaching out to him to be a guest at the con. And that is always a very gray area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he did it in a really snarky way. If he would have said it more politely, possibly.
Also-
But then he started slut shaming cosplayers in the
Yeah,
comments.
that was the problem.
Yeah.
That was my real problem with it. Like, if you want to voice your opinion, fine, whatever. But then it was a male that had reached out to him, and then he turned it around into this big feminist thing, saying that
all these boob models just want to get
boob
paid
models
for
and
showing up.
girls aren't real gamers, and saying that women should not be allowed to go to conventions
And
and
all this is on a
cosplay.
public business page for a con.
It was horrible. And then
Terrible PR.
And then he was he just turned it around. Like, it was a woman that had asked to attend the convention, and they're like, all these women want all of these handouts. And I was just like, buddy,
was really bad.
I don't think you know who attends these because it's women.
Literally
I go to these.
every cosplayer
How's it
got
going?
on there, like world famous cosplayers got on this page and were talking to him, like Jessica Negri, who has 4 million followers, Yaya Han, who has like 2 million, like big names got on there. Were
Just
like,
took this guy down.
they took time out of their busy schedule to talk to this con. That's how big of a deal it became. It was ridiculous.
Boy, can I tell you how fun it was to watch that go down in flames.
Yes.
Like, I took some
It was
popcorn
like a
and just put it on my
24-hour
big screen. I was
thing
like,
of
look at
comments.
this crazy man go
And then they
down.
wouldn't delete the post.
They didn't delete the post either. They just kept
Nope,
trying to
they
defend
kept it there.
themselves.
He
It
never
was-
backed down.
It was a show. They finally deleted it like 3 days later or something
Yeah,
like that.
it
It was
was
already
silly.
screen capped all over Imgur
In Reddit.
and Reddit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, one of my comments got on the Imager one. I was like, hey, someone thought I was funny. I
Only
win.
good thing that happens on Imgur.
Oh, it was fun. I had like my GIF game was on point that day. I was like, this is great. This is great. You got any more horror stories? I can retell one. That's my Ahsoka one.
Oh, no. I want you to tell your...
Which one?
The one that they said about your photo. The potato one.
Oh.
I don't know why. That's just so funny to me.
Okay,
Like,
so this outfit that I'm wearing right now, jean gray, my good friend Alex took my picture, and it's gorgeous. And she was like, I really want some like movement in the photo. I want it to like look like you're throwing something at, the camera, the person that's looking at the photo, like Jean would chuck something with her telekinesis. And so I was like, all right, that's cool. So I'm doing like this. I have my hand to my head. I have my hand pushed out in front of me. And I have this really cool pose. It looks great. And so she added these rocks, and I was like, be careful not to add anything metal because I'm not Magneto, going through like the list of X-Men to not do. And so she was like, yeah, I'll just add like these rocks or whatever. And so I was like, okay. So I got the picture. Oh, flawless. Loved it. And then I was like, I'm going to post it online. Why not? Posted to Imager. And for some odd reason, I became the potato chucking Jean Grey because the rocks looked like potatoes. And I was like,
and it's so funny because this image is such high quality. Like, it's
it's so
obviously been like very carefully photoshopped, and it's gorgeous. And for someone to say that, like, I didn't even think
about
about
it when I saw it.
that.
I saw rocks.
no, I actually kind of want to do like another shoot of Jean making mashed potatoes just to troll the idiots.
Please, like Photoshop potatoes over
I
those
would
rocks?
love that. Baked potatoes with like some sour cream and chives coming out of it. Like, just take that,
Like
you
really
loser.
totally like clip art that on there. That'd be great.
Like, whenever we did a Love Live group
Really
at
bad clip art.
KatsuCon this past
A
year.
little anime group.
And we got that same photographer to do our photo shoot for it, and she photoshopped one of the girls' faces onto all of our faces. It was really
troll
funny.
everybody.
The
So
fun
it's always
times
fun to
you
troll
can
the trolls.
have with Photoshop,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. It's so fun. I'm trying to think of any more short horror stories that I have, besides the fact that people call me Phoenix, and I'm like, no. And that's fun to tell them no. I love that. I'm trying to think. Let's just say don't jump off of stages at a costume contest.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do that.
That was a horror story. We had someone, if you guys know the book Helsing, no, it wasn't Helsing. What
Van
was
Helsing.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
No.
Van Helsing. It was just Helsing. It
was anime.
And he was a priest that was giving this huge monologue, and it had a whole bunch of like horrible racial slurs, and it was just
At a family event.
it was horrific. It's like, first of all, you can't say those words on a public stage.
With kids. There were kids.
Like, and then he jumped off.
Jumped off the stage and hit
It
somebody.
was like a 4-foot tall stage, and he just runs and jumps off of it, and then falls.
On his face.
And we were judging
on
this
his
contest,
face.
and we're like, oh my gosh, somebody's going to get sued. The con's going to get angry because we're not stopping people from doing this. And another person jumped off the stage. Somebody else like dropped their like concrete hammer on the
Guys
stage.
from Punch Out decided to beat each other on
Yeah.
stage, and I'm like, you can't
somebody
fight.
did a mic drop
A
on
mic
stage
drop,
of
yeah.
an actual piece of equipment. Like, no, you can't drop mics. Stop it.
Stop it. Be
So
adults.
that whole contest. I was face palming.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that was a big horror story. If you're interested in that, please download our podcast and listen to episode 4 because we go into much greater detail.
Yes.
Much greater detail. Do we want to open up the floor to Q&A?
I can take a few questions.
So we have a lovely mic right up here by our friend Ariel. If anybody wants to ask a question, please come up to
Anything.
the mic and speak so we can record you for our podcast and you can be on audio. So if you guys have any questions, don't be afraid. It won't bite. I promise. Meanwhile, if you guys are thinking of questions, let's talk about our cosplays that we are working on right now.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm working on Trist, the Yordle from League of Legends, and I'm working on Frisk from Undertale.
Frisk and Frisk. Frisk and Frisk.
And Frisk, and
Frisk.
also Franbo from the game Franbo.
That's awesome. All right, first question. Go for it. Hi.
Get a little
Closer. Perfect. Hi.
So I have like super really long hair
Yeah.
right now, and I'm concerned with like how does that work? Do you guys all have short hair under your wigs, or is it just a pain? I've never worn.
Well, first off, is your hair really thick? Is it like really thick?
relatively.
Okay. We all have different hair types.
Yeah, we all do our hair differently under our wig caps.
Yeah, so I have super thick hair, and mine's also past my shoulders. I actually got an undercut because whenever I was doing it before, it was taking way too much time to fit it under a wig. I parted my hair at my crown, and I did a French braid upside down for the bottom half, and then backwards for the front. I also kept my hair wet when I did it, and then kind of crossed them over to try to get the least amount of like helmet wig head.
Yeah.
How do you guys do it?
I have pretty long, thick hair, and I do 3 braids. I do 2 down the side and 1 down the back. And then I kind of flip them and pin them a lot. And you can also get them wet to help. And then a wig cap is a must, just like a net wig cap you can get for $1 at the hair store. A lot of time they'll come with the wig, and that definitely helps like hold the frizz in and hold all of it up there. So yeah.
I actually have short hair now, but when I had long hair, I would. What did I do?
Pin curls.
I kind of cheated, but yeah, pin curls work. Like you just kind of.
I remember the first time I met you, you were just like, throw it up there. And I was like, no, you got to pin it down.
You kind of like twist your hair into like little curl and
do
then
little
pin it.
buns, and you pin it with bobby pins, 2 bobby pins.
It takes a while though.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Also, I don't like the way that pins feel under my wig.
Yeah, it depends on your comfort.
Less the
You
amount
just
of
try a
pins.
bunch of different stuff
Yeah.
and then put a wig cap over it and see what you think.
Yeah, I just do 2 braids down the side. I have very thin hair, so I can't really relate. Although I would love to relate because I'd love to have thick hair, but I don't. So I just do 2 Pippi Longstocking braids, and then I do the Leia Hoth, which is like over your head, and then a nice little braid crown, and then I stick a wig cap on and call it a day. That's how I put my hair under my wig. But there's several online tutorials.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of YouTube tutorials.
YouTube to look to do it, but you must put it up in a wig cap to save the sanity of your wig. Yep. But thank you. All right, what are you working on, Kim?
Well, my goal is to make 20 costumes this year. I'm at number 18. As yeah, I hate
girl.
my life.
I can only dream.
I don't sleep. Yeah, so I want to make 2 more this year to actually wear this year. I'm going to make my Pokemon trainer, like everybody else is right now, but I actually would like to make a life-size Pokemon to go with it. I was looking at Bulbasaur, but his body type's a little weird, so I'm kind of looking at Gloom now. To make a little Gloom with like a little steam.
That
coming out
would
of
be
him.
so cute.
And carry him
I'm
around.
gonna steal it and take
Yeah,
it.
you can hug him.
I will.
You like
no, I'm
Gloom.
gonna take it.
Okay. Well, you have to give it back to me when I do cons. And then I'm going to make a bunch of stuff for next year for MAG, like Art Nuevo, Sia from Legend of Zelda, and a lot of stuff for Celebration Star Wars, like Padme's dresses.
Yeah, we're going to Celebration Star Wars. Anybody going?
Sorry, I forgot. I'm making my Samus Vera suit. I want to finish that by the end of the year. I've got the helmet. Like I'm actually going to put a YouTube tutorial on how to make the helmet out of EVA foam. So keep an eye out for that. It's like 70% done.
Cool. 70% done. April, what are you working on?
Right now, I'm working on a Forsworn from Skyrim. I'm going to do the whole headpiece with the dreads and everything, and the staff. And then I would like to, for Star Wars Celebration, I'm going to make Mara Jade, like classic Mara Jade.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Classic Mara Jade.
Classic Mara Jade, whatever that is. I don't know.
Classic Mara Jade that kind of didn't exist, kind of didn't.
Yeah.
It kind of does.
Yeah. Got to score.
She exists in my heart.
I got to scour the paperback covers to see what else I want to do.
Those 80s paperback covers. All right, we have a
And,
question. Sorry, go ahead.
So right now I'm gonna be working on the Scarlet Witch costume with
Yeah.
my mom, and I was wondering if cardboard would be good for the headpiece that's on it.
Fabricators?
Sure.
Yeah, cardboard might work if you get like a thinner cardboard.
I would
like,
get something like a cereal box.
Yeah.
And then if you want to stick it to your head, I would suggest one of 2 different ways. You can put some elastic on it and have it wrap around your head. Or you could get something, if you didn't want that strap on it, you could get something called spirit gum. And
You can get it at the costume stores.
it comes in a little tiny bottle, and it's kind of like theater glue. for prosthetics
your
and
skin.
stuff. Yeah, so you put a little bit of glue on your face, and you put a little bit of glue on the mask, and you let it dry for a minute, and then you stick it on there, and it'll stay without any strings.
Never remember.
Also, I was wondering, I'm gonna get a pink leotard for the dress, and I was wondering if I should hand sew it on or sew it with a sewing machine.
Making your leotard?
Well, like I'm gonna buy a leotard and then sew it onto a pink onesie or something.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause
okay.
her outfit's two-tone.
You're right. So I would suggest, just kind of putting it on together. What would you all think?
I mean, do you know how to use a sewing machine?
Yeah, then I would try it out.
Yeah, I would try using a sewing machine with it. How old are you?
11.
And you already know how to sew?
That's so awesome.
A little.
That's
Yeah,
really cool.
that's awesome.
That's
You've
awesome.
beaten all of us. I didn't learn how to sew till I was 22.
Oh, I started sewing pillows
Yeah,
around age 11, so
I
10 or 11.
whenever I was young as well.
So I would take that challenge and I would go for it.
Just make sure your mom helps you, and you can also look like on YouTube and Google. They'll give you like tips on how to sew stuff together. So a lot of good resources for you.
Awesome. Good luck with your Scarlet Witch. Thank you. All right. What else are you working on, April?
I'm going to jump on the evolution train.
You're jumping on that train.
jumping on the train. No
I
shame,
am
whatever.
too. Which one are you gonna do?
I'm going to do Umbreon.
I'm gonna do Glaceon.
Which art are you basing it on?
And we got a Leafeon.
Design.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
Mine's going to be based on the Sunset Dragon.
yeah, those are gorgeous.
Yep. And some dragging some people down with me too. Got Danica and Devin doing some with me.
And then I don't know if I can do it, but I would love to do the Vaporeon art.
Yeah.
I would love, because Vaporeon is big. I am currently working on Queen Amidala, her Senate gown from episode 1. So that's the big M on her head. So it's beautiful. It is dripping in details. I can't even imagine. It's taken me a long time to do her, because actually goal was to have her done by Gen Con, which is next weekend. And she's nowhere near that. Lots of things got in the way, but that's okay. She's my competition piece for next year, because I usually do every year. I have one piece that I compete in that I take to a couple different cons. This year was Mary Poppins, so I'm competing in her next year. Competing in her next weekend. Bleh. And Amidala for next year for Star Wars, hopefully, and D23, hopefully. So that's what I'm currently working on. I have a lot of ideas. I'd like to put together a Misty from Pokemon, because why not? Because Pokemon's awesome.
It's comfortable, so
I'll be
And
a
it's
trainer.
comfy.
You can be a Misty.
I would love to be Misty.
We need to walk through the Highlands and catch Pokemon in our costumes.
Super
And
cute.
you can carry Gloom.
Yeah, we have a festival coming up, a charity festival. It's actually outdoors all day. None of us have like outdoor costumes. I say that outdoor, but I mean like hot. So
Like
all of my
outdoor,
costumes
child
are
appropriate.
child appropriate.
We have like cutie costumes, but no.
Yeah, no, I'm not wearing a slave Leia to a kid event.
Not wearing
thanks.
Chun-Li. So.
No.
I think I'm probably gonna wear Linkle.
Yeah.
Linkle for that?
I
That'd
might
be
wear
really
Rogue
cute.
or Vanellope or Pokemon Trainer. We'll see.
That would be fun. Does anybody have any other questions they'd like to ask us? We have a couple more minutes left. I'm trying to think, find my phone.
Yeah, we
I have about 10 more minutes left.
we have panels coming up at Gen Con. If you guys are interested in watching those, I know I'll try to stream mine. I'm definitely going to record it. I'm doing a 3-hour fabrication for Gen Con. Amanda has a panel on social media, and I assume that you're going to vlog that as well.
I would have tried to. We'll see how tech works that day.
I can live it for you.
Thank you, babe.
I'll hold your
appreciate that. So check out my Facebook, and then you can probably watch it if you're not in
we'll live
Indianapolis
Facebook it.
next weekend. But yeah, we have a lot of things coming up. We'll talk about the podcast right now. We actually have some merch at our table in the back. We have some CosSlay beanies that if you guys want to be a part of the crew, you can. They're really awesome and comfy.
And we have stickers. We have
And
TV stickers that Jedi Amanda designed.
That I made. Yes, I actually did the art job.
And if you get their beanie and take a photo of yourself in it, and you can put it on their Facebook, and they'll post you wearing their beanie.
Yeah, we'll
because you're
feature
part of
you
the
on
crew.
our Instagrams.
Definitely. Let's see. Are there any more questions, guys?
Any questions you want to ask?
Any more questions? Okay, let's see. I talked about future costumes that we want to do. What's your all's favorite online wig shop?
That's random.
It is random.
what I'm looking
random
for.
right now.
For natural colors, and if I need a natural color lace front, then I'll go to Wiggis
Wiggis
Fashion.
fashion. Yeah.
That's what I'm
have a
wearing
lot
is
of
a Wiggis
blondes.
fashion. This thing is probably the biggest wig that I own. I can literally make it a scarf. It is so massive, but it's so comfy, and it does kind of rat a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, otherwise I go to Arda. I'd probably check Arda first, unless it's a blonde, because Arda's blondes they're like this.
Yeah, that's not a blonde.
Yeah, if I want like a sandy blonde for like a Skyrim costume,
Something more natural.
then yeah, I'm not going to use yellow from Arda.
No. No. How about you guys? What are some of your favorites? Shout out your eBay seller.
Yeah,
Kim.
I was like, everybody's probably gonna say the big ones. So I'll shout out my favorite eBay seller to get really cheap wigs is JC Punk. They're located in China, so their wigs are fairly inexpensive, and they're not that great for like complicated styling. They're pretty basic, but if you just need like a long plain wig, and they have a few curlies, a few short wigs, they're like $15 to $20 a pop, and
Mine is JC Punk today.
they're free shipping. And because Arda and Epic, your wigs are running 25 to 65,
60, yeah.
and then you got to pay
Some
for
of them
shipping.
are like 70.
Yeah.
And, and the fact that it comes from China, you think it would take months or weeks. I get mine in like 7 to 10
I don't know
days.
how. I've gotten some stuff that has taken
They
me
are an
months to
amazing
get.
wig seller, and I can't say enough great things. I've never had a problem. So I believe their wigs are somewhat heat styleable. I know you've had issues. I've
Yeah.
heat styled mine and haven't had any personally.
It just depends.
Yeah.
Sometimes on the different styles that they have. I've had trouble with just one of my wigs was thin, and it kind of like whenever I tried to curl it, it just didn't want to curl.
well, and like
But that was only one out of like 7 that I bought.
Yeah, like most, like their two main things, they have 2 long wig options and they have a short wig, and I think they have a curly option. And on the long wig options, you can get like 30 something different colors, like different shades.
It's insane.
So, yeah, it's just really good for your really basic wigs.
Yeah.
Very true. I like Arda.
Yeah, Arda's but good for like styling. I think because the hair texture is a little bit rougher than
They
like
are,
Epic
yeah.
cosplay.
My Lydia cosplay that I wore yesterday, the hair that I got on a Black Friday deal, by the way, wig companies do wonderful Black Friday deals, I got from Epic Cosplay, and for some reason the wefts that I bought just would not take styling, and I had to put wire in
too
it.
soft.
And then it was just really soft, so I'm probably going to have to redo it, but that's okay. You live and you learn. But Epic Cosplay is good for really long-haired wigs because they actually don't tangle as much. So if you have really long-haired wigs, like maybe you're doing like a Psylocke or a Sailor Mars, I suggest Epic Cosplay for those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wiggis Fashion's good. Let's
good
see.
for styling, too.
Gothic Lolita.
Oh, yes. How could we forget?
My favorite. Gothic Lolita is one of my favorites because it's so full. The hair is just... It's crazy. My Ariel wig is a Gothic Lolita, and I've gotten people to buy it because of Ariel, because he got the bangs. And it's magic. You get out of the bag and there's angels singing. I don't understand.
The thing is, don't be scared to buy wigs. A lot of people have never bought one before. There's a taboo around buying wigs and
I don't know why.
spending money on them. But they're
worth
worth
it.
the money, and you will be addicted. Like, I mean, April, we wear wigs out. Like after the con, we'll throw in a wig, so it's like during our hair, just like going out wigs because they're easy and they're comfortable and they look so full. My hair is so boring compared to
Yeah, and once when your hair's been in a wig all day, when you take it off, you're
It's
just like,
rough.
oh, my hair's just like flat to my
really-
head. So you just pop on another wig.
I know a lot of people only want to stick to costumes with their own hair, but just buy a wig and try it. Like I said, use JC Punk. It's cheap. Give it a try. Like what's $20, for one costume. If you're gonna do like one costume a year, spend $20-$30 on a wig. Try it out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You like it?
Well, thank you guys for being on our podcast. Would you like a second to plug all of your social
Please
medias?
plug away. April, plug your social medias. Go for it.
Okay, I'm known as April Gloria on the internet and on Facebook. That's what I am on Facebook. And Instagram is April_Gloria. Somebody took April Gloria.
Went to rest of you. I had that problem with someone on Tumblr, yeah. But actually kind of funny because I actually messaged her and I was like, is there any way I could have Jedi Amanda? Because she had it. And she was like, yeah, totally. I'll just change it to Jedi Amanda. We actually became friends. Nice. I was like, thank you for
After I
restoring.
tagged her in every single
No.
photo of you.
This poor girl, she's like a piano player, and like she does some cosplay, but not like a lot. To where she was like, I understand completely. Here, have the name. I was like, oh, thank you. That's really thank you for my branding purposes.
It's very rare to find nice people.
It's so true.
Yeah, once he was like, wow, you exist.
All right, Kim, where are you on the social media?
Yeah, if you want to find me on Facebook, I'm Malicious Cosplay. If you want to find me on Instagram, I'm Malicious K Cosplay. DeviantArt, I'm Malicious Cosplay. Cosplay Amino, if nobody has that. And then on my YouTube, where I'm doing vlogs. Like I'll have a vlog of this con and this podcast. I am Malicious K all by itself, and I'll have a few tutorials up too.
I also have a YouTube and DeviantArt and a Twitter. So.
Yeah, we got everything, guys.
Yep.
I'm Jedi Amanda, for those of you who don't know me. I'm on all of the social medias, mostly Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I love my YouTube. It's my baby. Let's see, Instagram, Tumblr, DeviantArt, everywhere. Snapchat. Snapchat's also fun.
Are you on Pinterest?
Snapchat.
I'm on Pinterest, but that's more like my research tool.
Okay.
I love Pinterest for that. That's why my tagline when you had it is like, you found my special spot. Congratulations, you know what I'm doing next, because I never really tell people. So if you find it, congratulations. If you don't, I might block you. I don't know. But yeah, you can find me on all that. Snapchat's really fun because I I post a lot of beer pictures. If you like beer, follow my Snapchat.
Yes.
And
Oh
food.
my
she's a big foodie. So
Rebecca?
And you can find me on all of the social medias as Bubbles Galore with a 0 instead of an O. And
it's complicated.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like a gentle version of Leet Speak.
Yes.
But it everywhere. Like I have a Twitch now that I'm trying to get on the live stream train. I have YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. I also am on this thing called Beam that nobody knows about.
Beam?
Nope. Beam is a social media.
Wow. I hope that picks up and then you just go.
That's how CosSlay Amino is. Like there's people on it. Nobody really knows about it.
Yeah.
I just have too many things. It's hard for me to keep track of it.
It is hard to keep track.
I hardly post on some of my things as it is.
Yeah, I know. Well, thanks everybody for joining
thank
our
you.
first live podcast.
Thank you for the questions, guys.
Thank you for
Yeah,
you
thank
all.
you.
Round of applause.
Applause for the audience.
And thank you for ReplayFX for having us. It was
Totally.
a great weekend.
It was a
lot of fun.
ReplayFX. You guys are amazing.
Yes. Thanks everybody. And on the podcast audio world, we'll see you guys next Monday. Bye.
Bye.
Later.
See ya.